I want to show my family, my friends, my children, and my wife that when life throws a curveball at me, I am the type of man that will stand in that batter's box. I will crowd the plate, I will choke up, and I will swing for the fences every single time. Because I will beat this, and I will be back, so you will see me very, very soon. And because the leukemia is back, I cannot fulfill my role. I can't be that fighting champion. And I'm gonna have to relinquish the Universal Championship. But I want to make one thing clear. By no means is this a retirement speech. Because I have faith. Because after I'm done whooping leukemia's ass once again, I'm coming back home. Maybe even a full year, I've come out here.
यहीं तक था सफर अपना, तुम्हें है लौट कर जाना कभी मैं.
In what could be one of the most shocking moments in WWE history, Roman Reigns' legendary reign has seemingly come to a tragic and unexpected end. A career that spanned more than a decade, filled with countless victories, iconic moments, and record-breaking title runs, now faces an uncertain future after a brutal encounter with his own blood Solo Sikoa. Fans around the world are still in disbelief over the events of that unforgettable match, a battle so intense it left Reigns gravely injured. The Tribal Chief, the face of WWE for years, now faces the unthinkable possibility of retirement. The news sent shockwaves through the wrestling community. Roman Reigns, who reigned supreme for over 1,000 days as WWE Universal Champion, reportedly suffered an injury so severe that it may force him to step away from the ring permanently. In a sport where careers can end in an instant, no one could have predicted that Reigns' historic run would end this way, betrayed by his own cousin and sidelined by a devastating injury. This is not just the story of an impending retirement. It's about a man who has dominated WWE for years, now facing a challenge tougher than any match his future. As the dust settles, fans are left with burning questions. Was this Solo's plan all along? Is this really the end of Roman Reigns, or could he somehow find a way back? And what does Reigns himself have to say about the heartbreaking turn of events? Tensions between Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa had been building for months. The once united Bloodline faction, a symbol of family dominance in WWE, had fractured. Solo, the fierce young warrior, made it clear he wasn't content living in his cousin's shadow any longer. The build-up to their match was electric, with emotions running high as the WWE Universe anticipated a clash between these two Samoan powerhouses. But no one could have foreseen the devastation that was about to unfold. From the outset, the match was different from anything Reigns had ever faced. Solo came out with an aggression that even the seasoned Tribal Chief wasn't ready for. Used to controlling his matches and dictating the pace, Reigns suddenly found himself on the defensive. The battle was brutal, with both men pushing each other to their absolute limits. But it was in the match's closing moments that disaster struck. Reigns, preparing for a final spear to put Solo down, was caught off guard when Solo countered with a vicious Samoan spike. More ferocious than any before, Reigns crumpled to the mat, clutching his neck and shoulder in visible agony. The referee rushed to check on him, and within moments, it was clear something was seriously wrong. The Tribal Chief, the man who had ruled WWE for years, couldn't continue. As medical personnel hurried to the ring, the WWE Universe watched in stunned silence. Roman Reigns, the dominant force who had stood tall over the company, was down, and he wasn't getting back up in the days that followed. Rumors swirled about the extent of Roman's injury. Some speculated it was a minor setback, while others feared the worst. WWE, known for keeping injuries under wraps, offered no immediate updates. But then came the news no one was prepared for. Roman Reigns was being forced to retire due to injuries sustained in the match with Solo Sikoa. In an emotional interview with WWE.com, Roman opened up to the WWE Universe, revealing the gravity of his condition. "I faced many battles, both in and out of the ring," he said, alluding to his previous fights with leukemia. "But this was different. The moment I hit the mat, I knew something was wrong. The doctors have diagnosed severe nerve damage in my shoulder and spine. This isn't just about wrestling anymore, it's about my life." His voice cracked as he continued, "I've spent my entire adult life in this ring. WWE has been my home, but now I have to think about my family, my kids. Wrestling is in my blood, but I can't risk my future, not for them." Roman's announcement hit fans like a punch to the gut. The tribal chief, who had been a constant presence in WWE for years, might never step foot in a ring again. In the wake of his announcement, speculation erupted. Did Solo Sikoa intentionally go too far? Was this a planned betrayal to end Roman's reign and claim the Bloodline's legacy for himself? Fans dissected every moment leading up to the match, looking for clues that Solo had been plotting this all along. WWE commentators weighed in, with some calling Solo's actions ruthless and others praising his ambition. "You don't get in that ring without knowing the risks," said former WWE champion John Cena. "Solo knew exactly what he was doing when he hit that Samoan spike. He wanted to make a statement, and he did." Roman, always the diplomat, refused.
"We need him," Jimmy say. In the exciting main event of SmackDown, Solo Sikoa managed to defeat Jimmy Uso, but not without some help from the Bloodline. After the match, the Bloodline continued to attack Jimmy, showing no mercy. This brutal scene led Roman Reigns to rush out to the ring to save his cousin. Roman quickly took down Jacob Fatu, Tama Tonga, and Tongaloa with his powerful moves. However, things got even more intense when Roman started fighting with Solo. Just as the fight was heating up, Jacob Fatu attacked Roman from behind, changing the course of the battle. Jimmy tried his best to fight back, but he was eventually overpowered and knocked down. Solo then hit Roman with a devastating Samoan spike, leaving both Jimmy and Roman lying on the mat. In a moment of desperation, Jimmy looked at Roman and said, "We need him," referring to the importance of Jey Uso to the Bloodline fight. But will Roman Reigns' stubbornness allow him to be the bigger man and ask Jey Uso for help? But will Jey Uso help Roman and Jimmy? Let us know, guys.
Refused to blame Solo entirely. "It was a tough match, a fight between family," he said. "I don't think Solo meant for this to happen, but sometimes things go too far. This isn't just about a title, it's about family." Despite Roman's words, tensions between the two have escalated. Solo Sikoa has remained eerily silent, fueling rumors that he intended to overthrow Roman and take his place as the leader of the Samoan dynasty. Could this be the beginning of Solo's rise to power within WWE, taking the mantle that Roman once held? As Roman Reigns faces the possibility of permanent retirement, the WWE Universe is left to reflect on the monumental legacy he leaves behind. From his early days in the Shield to becoming the tribal chief, Reigns has been a defining figure in WWE for over a decade. His 1,000-plus day reign as Universal Champion will go down in history, not just for its longevity, but for the sheer dominance he displayed throughout. In his own words, Roman said, "It's been an incredible ride. I've given everything to this business and to the fans. I want to say thank you. You believed in me, even when it wasn't easy. I hope I made you proud." Even as Roman prepares to step away, the question remains, is this truly the end of his WWE journey? Or will he, like many greats before him, find a way to make one final comeback? The WWE landscape is already shifting in Roman's absence, with Solo Sikoa seemingly poised to step into the spotlight. But no one can truly fill the void left by Roman Reigns. His story, from his childhood in the legendary Anoa'i family to his rise to the top of WWE, is one of perseverance, triumph, and an indomitable will. Roman's journey began on May 25, 1985, in Pensacola, Florida. Born into the famous Anoa'i family, which includes WWE legends like his father, Sika, and Uncle Afa, Roman's path to greatness seemed inevitable. But while wrestling was in his blood, it wasn't his first love. Roman excelled in football, earning a scholarship to play defensive tackle for Georgia Tech. After stints with the Minnesota Vikings and Jacksonville Jaguars, his football career was cut short by injuries, pushing him toward his family's calling: professional wrestling. Roman signed with WWE in 2010 and made his main roster debut in 2012 as part of The Shield alongside Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose. The Shield quickly became one of the most dominant factions in WWE history, and even then, it was clear Roman was destined for more. By 2014, Roman embarked on a solo career, and despite fan resistance to his rise, he established himself as WWE's top star, winning multiple championships and headlining WrestleManias. In 2018, Roman faced his greatest challenge when he revealed his battle with leukemia. After stepping away to focus on his health, Roman made a triumphant return in 2019, and by 2020, he had transformed into the Tribal Chief, a dominant and ruthless character that redefined his career. His reign as Universal Champion, which lasted over 1,000 days, was filled with legendary matches and iconic moments. But it wasn't just his in-ring dominance that made him a star, it was his ability to connect with the audience and evolve as a performer. Roman Reigns' career is a testament to resilience. From his early struggles in football to his battles with leukemia and now his possible retirement due to injury, Roman has always found a way to overcome the odds, and while his future in WWE is...
Zilla Fatu just dropped a major hint, which could mean trouble for Roman Reigns and Jimmy Uso. We saw the return of Jimmy Uso at Bad Blood after he helped Roman Reigns defeat Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu. Jimmy also embraced Roman after the match, giving him a hug and confirming that he is on the side of the OTC. This fight between the old and new bloodline will result in an epic War Games match at Survivor Series. But there is one man who wants to join the already powerful new bloodline, and that man is Zilla Fatu. After Bad Blood ended, Zilla posted a picture of him and Jacob confirming that he would like to team up with Jacob Fatu again. If Zilla does indeed joins Jacob Fatu, this will result in a total of 5 members in Solo's bloodline, and Roman will need backup and assemble a team for Survivor Series. We know that Jimmy Uso will be on Roman's side, but which other members should join Roman? Some fans are speculating that Jey Uso might get traded to SmackDown, and it would make sense for him to reunite with Jimmy and join Roman's team. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section and whether you believe The Rock will also join Roman Reigns at Survivor Series.
Certain his legacy is secure, he will forever be remembered as one of the greatest champions in WWE history. In closing, Roman's parting words resonate deeply with his fans. This isn't how I wanted it to end, but life doesn't always give you a choice. I have to fight for my health, for my family, and maybe, just me, one day, I'll be back. Until then, believe that the Tribal Chief may be stepping away, but Roman Reigns will never be forgotten. His legacy, built on strength, perseverance, and an unyielding will to succeed, will live on for generations to come. As Roman Reigns faces an uncertain future, the shock of his sudden retirement reverberates not only through WWE, but across the entire wrestling world. The fall of the Tribal Chief, especially at the hands of his own blood, feels like the conclusion of an epic saga. However, the story is far from over. Roman Reigns' retirement marks a turning point, not just for him, but for the entire landscape of WWE. As fans grapple with the end of an era, speculation about the future of the bloodline, Solo Sikoa's intentions, and Roman's eventual return continues to swirl. The betrayal within the Anoa'i family could lead to one of the most compelling storylines in WWE history. The sudden and brutal attack by Solo Sikoa didn't just signify a shift in power, it unearthed deeper family tensions and unresolved ambitions that have been bubbling beneath the surface for months. Solo, once the loyal enforcer of the bloodline, has now emerged as a possible heir to Roman's throne, but his motives remain shrouded in mystery. Was this an act of rebellion? Or was Solo always meant to carry on the family legacy, positioning himself as the true tribal chief? As Roman recovers, fans are left questioning what this means for the bloodline. Once a dominant faction that symbolized family unity and strength, it now stands fractured and on the verge of collapse. The Usos, who had already shown signs of defection and rebellion against Roman's leadership, may now face their own internal power struggle with Solo. Could they align themselves with their brother, or will Solo's betrayal leave them conflicted about where their loyalty truly lies? The dissolution of the bloodline could trigger a seismic shift in WWE's power structure, leaving fans guessing who will emerge as the next dominant force in the company. While Solo Sikoa's rise seems inevitable, the question of whether he can fill the massive void left by Roman Reigns looms large. Roman's reign wasn't built solely on physical dominance. It was grounded in his deep connection to his family's rich wrestling history, his unshakable confidence, and his ability to command the respect of the entire WWE universe. Solo, though talented and ruthless, has yet to prove that he possesses the charisma and leadership necessary to take over as WWE's next megastar. If he is to become the new face of WWE, he'll need to show more than just brutality. He'll need to demonstrate the same strategic brilliance and presence that made Roman Reigns the tribal chief. And while Solo's intentions remain unclear, Roman's retirement opens up a larger narrative about family, power, and legacy. The Anoa'i family has been the cornerstone of professional wrestling for decades, producing legends like The Rock, Yokozuna, Rikishi, and Roman himself. But Solo's betrayal brings the idea of succession to the forefront. Is the next generation of the Anoa'i dynasty ready to carry the torch? Can Solo become a leader of the bloodline and uphold the legacy? Or will his actions lead to the faction's implosion? As these questions linger, there's one undeniable truth: Roman Reigns' absence will reshape WWE in ways fans have yet to fully comprehend. For over a decade, Roman has been the company's focal point, the standard-bearer of excellence. His rivalry with Brock Lesnar, his historic battles with John Cena, and his relentless pursuit of greatness defined an entire generation of WWE programming. To imagine WWE without Roman Reigns is difficult, but it also presents an opportunity for the company to push new stars into the spotlight. With Roman stepping aside, superstars like Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre, Cody Rhodes, and even Solo Sikoa now have the chance to ascend to new heights and redefine the main event scene. However, no matter how successful WWE's next crop of stars may be,
Solo Sikoa is being controlled by someone else in the Anoa'i family, and that person is none other than The Rock. Ever since Roman Reigns lost the Universal title, Solo has taken the lead role and completely changed the bloodline. He first kicked out Jimmy Uso and then attacked Paul Heyman for not acknowledging him as the tribal chief. He then sent a warning to Roman Reigns, claiming that Roman wasn't man enough to lead the bloodline. With SummerSlam approaching very soon, we know Roman Reigns will confront Solo Sikoa about his recent actions, but Solo will eventually reveal that he was following commands from the leader of the family, and that person would be the final boss, The Rock. This will set up an epic storyline between Rock and Roman Reigns to determine who will lead the bloodline, and the story will conclude at WrestleMania 41 in Las Vegas, where they will face each other in the main event. Personally, I don't think this match needs to involve the Universal title, as this feud is built on power and family.
The shadow of Roman Reigns will always loom large. His legacy, built over more than a decade, cannot be easily replaced. Roman transcended the role of champion. He became the embodiment of dominance, storytelling, and leadership. From his humble beginnings as part of the Shield to his transformation into the tribal chief, Roman's evolution was as much about his personal growth as it was about his mastery of in-ring psychology and character development. He captivated audiences not just with his physical prowess, but with his ability to make fans believe in every story he told. And yet, even as Roman begins what could be a permanent hiatus from WWE, the door to a possible return is never fully closed. Wrestling history is filled with stories of legends who retired only to return for one final run. Could Roman Reigns, like many greats before him, make a miraculous comeback? The WWE Universe is already speculating about a potential redemption arc, an epic return to reclaim his throne and settle the score with Solo. Such a return could set up one of the most highly anticipated matches in WWE history, with Solo now positioned as a power-hungry usurper and Roman fighting not just for his legacy, but for his family. For now, Roman has made it clear that his priority is his health and his family. His battles with leukemia and now this latest career-threatening injury have taken their toll. Roman's retirement speech was not just a farewell, it was a reflection on the sacrifices he's made for the business and a heartfelt message to his fans. "This isn't just about me," Roman said in his emotional interview. "It's about the people who have supported me, the ones who believed in me when no one else did. I owe everything to them. And while I may be stepping away for now, I'll never forget what we built together." His words resonate deeply as they mark the end of a chapter that has shaped WWE's modern era. Roman Reigns' journey from underdog to megastar, from the Shield's powerhouse to the tribal chief, is a story of perseverance, grit, and unyielding will. Fans have followed him through every challenge, from his battles with cancer to his record-breaking title reigns, and now they stand with him as he faces an uncertain future. But as Roman steps away, WWE faces its own crossroads. The company must now build its next generation of stars, but it does so in the wake of losing one of its most iconic champions. How will WWE move forward without its tribal chief? And will the remaining members of the bloodline step up to carry on the family's legacy? With Solo Sikoa at the center of the storm, WWE is entering a new era, one filled with uncertainty and potential. In the end, Roman Reigns' departure feels less like a conclusion and more like the beginning of a new chapter. His legacy will endure, whether he returns to the ring or remains on the sidelines. The stories he told, the rivalries he built, and the empire he created within WWE will forever shape the company's future. And as Solo Sikoa's betrayal sends shockwaves through the bloodline, Roman Reigns' influence will still be felt in every corner of for the WWE Universe. Roman's story is not over, it's simply paused. Fans will wait, watching as Solo rises or falls, as new superstars emerge, and as WWE evolves without its tribal chief. But deep down, many hold out hope that Roman will someday return to reclaim his throne, and when he does, the roar of the crowd will echo through arenas once again. Until that day comes, Roman Reigns' legacy will live on, a testament to greatness, resilience, and the indomitable spirit of a champion. Believe that.
It seems that WWE is ready to move on from Roman and replace him with Cody Rhodes. And at WrestleMania 40, Cody Rhodes will go one-on-one against Roman Reigns. WWE is going to have Roman lose against Cody at WrestleMania, as Cody Rhodes will become the new champion after WrestleMania 40. And after Roman loses his title to Cody, Roman will make the shocking announcement that he is quitting WWE. And one reason he is going to quit is because he doesn't want to continue being jobbed out. Because the alternative, if he stays, is that he will be in a continuing feud with Cody Rhodes, where Roman will have to lose again and again. This is going to cause Roman Reigns to quit WWE after WrestleMania 40.